If you have the same routine to work every day,
Change it.
change it.
Go see
Just
something
change
different.
it up. Just find another route home that day.
Yeah.
I get very tired of taking the same route every day.
Me too.
I know about 5 or 6 different ways to get home so that I can see a change in scenery once in a while. And it makes me feel like the trip isn't so long and boring.
And, I tell people, too, I'm not an early morning person, to be honest with you. I'm more of a nighttime person. But a lot of my coaches will say, get up earlier. Get up at 5 a.m. I'm like, I just went to bed at 3 a.m., But you have to switch that up, too. And there's a guy, he's very successful, and he has a book out, and everybody could even get that one for free. His name is David Meltzer, and it's called Connected to Goodness. And you tell him Gloria Coppola sent you, and he'll get you the book out.
All right.
And what he talks about is getting up early, getting up 30 minutes earlier, and, doing a meditation for like 10 or 15 minutes, and then go for a walk or something, do some form of exercise, and then journal, and then see what comes out for your day, what your goals are, because they might look very different than how you actually plan your day.
That's an awesome way to look at things. When you have all of this material at your disposal, it makes it not seem quite so insurmountable. I'm sitting here and I'm, reminiscing back in my life and how things have developed and where they are today. And I really am so appreciative of the fact that I had people like you in my life that would help keep me on a path that was filled with accomplishments and good deeds.
We all need that. If I didn't have people to inspire me that are doing things or have done things that I want to do, I'd probably stay under my covers, in all honesty. And there are days I have that. I'm human, all right? But then I'll see something that's motivational, inspirational, and I pull myself out and I say, yes, I need to go do that. I'm being guided to do that. And I argue with myself sometimes. I'm still, like I said, 100% human here. But I go, and then I realize, wow, I just met somebody that's influential. I just met somebody that changed my entire perspective. And then every time I change, guess what happens for my clients? They go through a metamorphosis too. So it's fun. They're like, uh-oh, she's going to an event. Watch out, guys. Because they know once your energy shifts and you're around people that lift you up, then guess what? Come along for the ride.
It's fun when people tell me I'm an onion. I'm never offended by that.
Right.
Because an onion has so many layers, and it takes a really long time to get to that center. But think about all the things you discover about a person in the process of that.
Absolutely.
For the person who takes the time and is interested in you, you will find out that there's so many layers to everyone.
I have seen, clients of mine open up creative channels that they didn't know, or they were playing small with. I have seen them open up intuitive senses to start connecting with, receiving their messages versus, relying on me telling them, which is what I want. I want people to become empowered. And then all the different doorways of opportunities that open. One of my clients, I drug her out to an author's workshop because I knew she had something inside of her. And they offered a contest. And she wasn't going to enter because she said, well, you're going to win. And I said, you don't know that.
No
you don't know that. And she says, well, I don't really know how to write. I said, but you have a story, and they will help you write it. Well, long story short, 6 months or so later, 8 months later, guess who won? She did.
That's wonderful.
She did. And I'm very proud of her.
You should be.
And we're getting her on stage speaking soon and everything. I'm doing some speaking coaching
Well,
with her.
we'd certainly like to have her here for an interview talking about that contest. That would be wonderful. We'd love to have her.
Yeah. So these are the things that my clients start to experience. They open new doorways of opportunities that they didn't think were there for them, or they didn't know how to do it. So that's the other thing. People don't do things because they don't know how. But if you surround yourself with the people that have done something before, they may know how, or they may know the person that knows how.
That's awesome. We've got just a few minutes left here, but what would you consider to be your biggest challenge?
Where am I going next to travel? And I'm serious about that because I have my 2 retreats planned for 2020. We're doing a France, Italy one, and then we're doing a Croatia and Slovenia one. And I'm like, where are we going to go in 2021?
So you're thinking way ahead still.
Well, as an entrepreneur, you have to. You have to plan out for the future. Absolutely.
Yes, you do.
A lot of people that want to be entrepreneurs, they don't last as long as I have for 35 years because it's up and down and all around. But they're not looking at, they've got to keep planning way out. You know, it takes me a year to put together one of those retreats and then a year to, promote it for like 2 weeks of taking people away. So, but I get excited because I love the world and I love meeting people and the cultures and all. So it's like, oh, where should we go in 2021? And I'm not climbing the Rainbow Mountain again. Shanghai, yeah. I actually have a friend right now doing Vietnam and Cambodia, and she's posting pictures, and it's like, oh, wow, really cool.
I couldn't handle the food. I had
I think that would be my
a
issue.
married couple that went there, and she said that getting used to the food was very, very difficult for her because it was not like American.
No, not at all. I would probably bring some powdered green drinks with me or something.
I'd be drinking a lot of smoothies.
Exactly.
A lot of smoothies.
So, and besides that, honestly, my greatest challenge is myself, to be honest, because I still have, my own stuff to deal with, my own layer of the onion to deal with, and I have to get out of my own way. So even with all the personal development, all the coaches, all the wonderful things that I have done in life and experienced, what's next? Now, I could give up and say I've done enough, but I don't feel that way. I feel there's more service to be done in this world, and so it's like my greatest challenge is having the energy to keep up with it all,
Are there any, what are your favorite charities to give to?
Well, it's funny you should ask that. I got turned on to a charity a few years ago, and I came home one day and I was watching a documentary, and it was this same charity. And it was all these children around the world that are born with the deformed mouths, the cleft lip and
palates.
all, the cleft palates. And, they look monstrous, quite frankly, until they have the surgery. And people have always told me, Gloria, you have a beautiful smile. And I thought, I want these kids to have a beautiful smile. So Operation Smile is one of the ones that is near and dear to my heart. I always wanted to help kids. And then when I saw this, I started to cry because I thought every child should have a smile. And of course, I wanted to jump in full speed and say, oh, let's go pay for these surgeries. Well, I don't have that kind of money. So I almost gave up because I thought I couldn't do it until I realized, you can send $20, $30 a month. And that's what I started to do, realizing that I am contributing. And so I look for charities that are usually for children or women. And with this new project I'm working on, Powerful Potential and Purpose, part of our proceeds when we do events will be going to a variety of different charities that we find along the way.
Is there some way that if someone wanted to contribute, how would they do that?
I haven't gotten that far yet. People have said, are you going to turn this into a nonprofit? And I've had a nonprofit years ago. I was like, I don't think I want to do that just yet. So I know that when we do set these events up, we will select a few charities that we will recommend to people. And right now, I would say go give a child a smile out there.
Well, we sincerely hope that you'll use our venue one of these days for one of your charity drives.
Oh,
We'd love to have you.
That would be wonderful.
We'd love to have you. Gloria, if somebody wants to learn more about what you do and has the desire to reach out to you, how can our listeners do that?
Well, two ways. You can go on my website, which is my name. I keep everything simple, my email, my website, because I may forget who I am, therefore you won't. So www.Gloria Coppola, and Coppola is spelled C-O-P as in Paul, P again, O-L-A, just like Francis Ford Coppola. No, I'm not related. And my email is gloria@gloriacoppola.com.
That's awesome. It's been a pleasure to have you here with us today. Thank you so much for taking out this time. I know you have a busy schedule, and I know you have some place you have to be, so I'll try not to hold you much longer.
Thank you, Kate.
We thank you for your time, your patience, your perseverance, and don't ever give up.
Never. That's my motto. Never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up.
And we hope you'll come back and see us again soon.
I would love that. Thank you.
You've been listening to Society Bites Radio, and I've been your host, Kate O'Neill, with Gloria Coppola. Come back and see us next time. Thanks for coming in. See you tomorrow. Remember, the topic is always hot. And Oh, hey, don't forget your change.